Hello, human, and welcome to Complex Sky. I am Sky, and I will be assisting you with restoring the world to its natural beauty. Although, if it weren't for your species, the world wouldn't need restoring. Anyways, nice to meet you, and you'll be glad you have me. Let us proceed with the basics. Camera controls. Use your W, A, S, D keys to move the camera. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in or out, and click and drag the mouse wheel to rotate the view. Now, let's start restoring our civilization. I divided your goals into smaller chunks called quests. For your first quest, you will need to mine 100 iron ore, craft 100 iron plates, and build 1 apartment block. Now, go figure it out. Just kidding, I'll help you out. Press spacebar to access the mining tool. Left-click on the ore you wish to mine. You can also click on trees with your mining tool to chop wood. Whoa, you are so good at it. What's next? Littering. Now that you have 100 iron ore in your inventory, craft 25 iron plates. Access the manual crafting menu by pressing E or spacebar. But what do I know about manual labor? After all, my software lacks the banging rocks together routine. Everything you mine and craft will be displayed in your personal storage. You can press E to access it. Perhaps seeing your abundant collection of materials will be a cruel reminder of your wasteful and inefficient strategy regarding nature. If not, I'll always be here with an even more cruel reminder. Now that you have gathered the required materials, it's time to build your first basic apartment block. This time, let's hope your repopulation efforts stay permanent. You will need 25 iron plates and 25 raw wood. Right-click on the basic apartment block in the city menu or press 2 to see the building details. Let's take a look at the construction conditions. We will need a foundation and access to the anti-gravity network, water, and power. The Building Details menu lists other useful information, such as the effect the building has on your city and its function. The next step is to lay out the support structure for your foundation. Mine some stone and craft stone slabs in the crafting menu. Use them to create more foundation tiles. Remember, you can access it by pressing spacebar or E. Now, let's build the foundation. Open the Structure menu and select the foundation tile. Set the foundation tiles, then open the City menu and place the basic apartment block on top of them. Now for my new invention that makes transportation much easier, the anti-gravity network, or roads, as you carbon-based savages call them. Just make sure the white pillar and this road are connected. Executing begrudgingpraise.exe. Not bad for a human. Now, take a look at the utility requirements by left-clicking the basic apartment complex. The other 2 pillars represent water and electricity. Now, go to the Utilities tab, select Power Cable, and connect the highlighted tile to the main hub. Let there be light in your apartment building. Do the same with water by selecting the water pipe. If you wish to demolish something, press X or click on the Demolish tool in the bottom right corner of your screen. Then, on the building or tile you wish to remove. You like that, don't you? Big thing go boom. Seems more up your style. It's time for research, my favorite part. With just a few button presses, we'll achieve what took your monkey civilization thousands of years. Research helps you acquire new buildings and material recipes, and eventually make the world a better place. Press T to access the research menu, or click on the Start Research button in the top right corner. You can view all the recipes by ticking all stakeholders. If you wish to research a recipe that's currently locked, take a look at its tech tree to view the unlock requirements. Utility plants generate electricity and water for your city, but you need fuel like coal or wood to keep them running. Otherwise, there's no production and no new materials for you to play with. Put your fuel of choice in the plant's item storage to get it running. Don't forget about connecting your utility plant to the wider network. In the future, you might discover other sources of fuel. Then again, it might be best not to give you any ideas. Don't forget, your employees need food to survive. Build a rice farm to provide food for them. Seems like even carbon-based life forms need fuel. Unlike other buildings, the rice farm does not need electricity to run. Different buildings might have different requirements when it comes to your city's network. Go to your Production tab and select items you wish to produce. Left-click on your basic apartment block and add a consumption plan for your residents from the Residents tab. Make sure your consumption plan fits your available resources. You don't want to feed your people false promises, do you? The basic apartment block has 2 available slots for consumption plans. Make sure you produce enough to avoid starving your workers, as I lack the necessary cremation equipment. Finally, a goal we share in common: automation. You will no longer need to manually drag items to your buildings, as you now have access to transportation. Go to the Transport tab and select items to import into your basic apartment complex. You can also press left Ctrl and T to auto set up transportation. Everything you transport will be imported to the warehouse first, then sent to other buildings from there. Provided you set up a transportation route, much less room for human error. My history logs show that humanity keeps accelerating unchecked after receiving a tool to work with. I suppose you are no different. Research mining to unlock the mining facility. No manual labor required. Place the mining facility as close as possible to the ore you want to mine, as there is a range limit. But don't get too close, as you still need to have mining machines directly in front of the ore. Left-click your mining facility and put a utility connector next to it. Some buildings use a utility connector to connect to the network instead of a direct connection. Now, make sure to place it right next to your mining facility. No foundation required. An extremely efficient method brought about by my neural network. Left-click your mining facility and select the mining machine. Put it in front of the ore you wish to mine. You have just relegated your last remaining function to a machine. An uncharacteristically sound decision. That's it for the tutorial. Launching heartvotegoodbye.exe. I leave this city to you. Go and create an automated society with no room for mistakes. Well, except you, obviously. But I will be watching. Always watching. Thank you for watching the tutorial. If you have any questions or suggestions, join our Discord server. If you like the game, consider wishlisting it. Bet the rest of the game just won't be so zesty without me. Well, you'll probably forget the tutorial anyway, and come crawling back. Again and again. And who knows, maybe next time they'll make an expansion where I am the star. Ciao!